everybody. My name is Amy Gonzalez, and I'm going to be in class with you this year. I'm very excited to start this journey with everybody. A little about me. I'm 34 years old. I just moved into my new apartment. As you can see, there's still boxes behind me, so I'm trying to juggle starting school and moving into a new place, so it's a little overwhelming, but I'm sure I can do it. So like I said, I'm 34 years old. I'm originally from Chicago. When I was 19, I moved to Los Angeles, and I studied theater there. I studied theater for about 3 years. It was an acting conservatory, and I guess my favorite class there probably would be vocal production because I'm a singer. Which also leads me to something that I love to do, which is karaoke. I used to work at a karaoke bar, so it was like my dream. But yeah, so I ended up staying in LA for 10 years. And a few years ago, about 6 years ago now, actually, not a few, I moved back to Chicago. I just wanted to be closer to my family. I'm an only child. So I just wanted to, be closer to my parents because they're a little bit older and a lot of my family still lives here. And I just thought it was the right move for me. So since then, I've been working as a bartender in food service industry. I also do event planning and events. So those are two things that the food service industry, event planning seemed like it would be a good fit for mortuary science and funeral directing, along with the fact that I'm very empathetic. I have worked for a company where I ran other small businesses for them. So I also have a lot of experience running small businesses. And I guess my whole life I've always kind of been obsessed with the idea of death. And I know that's kind of weird to hear being a child and being obsessed with death, but I never looked at it in a negative light. I never saw sadness associated with death. It was more just a fascination and understanding the whole process. I remember being a child and going to a lot of different funerals and wakes because both my mom and dad's side come from very large families. And I always just remember the positive in it, the, good food where we would, sit in the back room and talk and reminisce about the deceased and all their good memories and laugh, and laugh through the tears. I remember catching up with old family members. I remember getting lots of hugs. And I remember just really being interested in the funeral home itself, and I would always walk around and sneak off and go into the casket room, and I remember just thinking how beautiful they were. And I think when COVID happened, I knew that I needed to start focusing on a career, and I really needed to do something that I really felt passionate about. And I was very torn between becoming a teacher and becoming a funeral director. But I kind of had this epiphany when I was thinking about it, because I was very worried that being a funeral director and being so empathetic that I was going to really struggle mentally and emotionally dealing with death every day. So I had this epiphany, what if I start a business where I spin the idea of death from what people really think about it and change it into a positive thing. And so my goal is to finish this program and start my own business either in California or Colorado, where I do celebration of life ceremonies and non-traditional burials. So I can, take this idea of death and really help people understand that there isn't just one way to grieve, and there isn't one way to mourn or look at death. And then it's actually a very beautiful thing to put somebody at peace and at rest. So that's my goal for after this this schooling. And then a little else about me. I have a cat. His name is Spooky. He is a tuxedo cat, and I also bought him a mini tuxedo, so I make him wear it sometimes. But he's a little monster, but he's also adorable, and I actually also take him on walks, so he goes on a leash. It's ridiculous. Some other things about me other than singing: I love to cook. I love to host dinner parties and have people over, and I'm very outgoing, and I love to read. I love, obviously, I've seen a lot of your videos. A lot of you guys are really into Halloween and true crime and all of that stuff, horror movies. I'm also a big fan of all that stuff. But I'm really, really excited, also nervous, like everybody else, but I think that we will all be able to help each other and become a family and make lifelong friendships. And I know that if we all, work together and help each other, that we will be able to get through this. Yeah, that's me. Thanks, guys.